Yo guys, it's Haxor. Today I'm bringing you a Terraria update video. They finally added the 1.2.3, 1.2.4 content to the game, and I'm actually really happy for it because it took a really long time for them to get it out. But with what I've experienced so far, was it the right thing to do to release it so early? Now before I get into the main content of this update, I'm going to talk about something that many of you may experience with this new update, and that is the bugs. There are a lot of bugs with this update. Like, holy heck. I was playing for 1 hour and I already found a duplication glitch for worms, of all things. And also, I was with someone and they showed me how to get free iron pickaxes from tiger skins. I don't know how, but yeah. So pretty much there's a lot of bugs so far. Cloud saves are broken. A lot of people are crashing on their devices, and it wipes some player files. I don't know if this is for older devices or not, but some people have been losing their player files, so I recommend you back up your iDevice if you haven't already updated. If you have already updated and you lost your player file, I am very sorry. I don't know how to get it back. Let me start off with the fishing because that's what people usually avoid. Fishing is actually really useful though. You could use the fish that you catch to make potions. You can get really cool items like wings. You could also get some swords and mounts from fishing. Another cool thing about the fishing is you could use it to summon the new boss that is added to the game. Did you say a new boss? Yes, I did. Duke Fishron, the Duke himself. Pretty much if you want to summon Duke Fishron for this update, you need an item called a truffle worm. You can get it from the underground truffle biome, mushroom biome. Pretty much, you just need to capture it with a bug net. Once you have the item in your inventory, just go to any ocean on your map and use a fishing rod. It doesn't matter what fishing rod, just any fishing rod. And the first fish that you will land is Duke Fishron himself. Now before you fight him, there's something you want to know. This guy is fast. If you fall in the water, you are pretty much doomed. So I recommend setting up platforms that you can stand on while you're fighting him. I would recommend also using vampire knives if you have them, because he does a lot of damage, unless you have some other really good healing item. I was using dragon armor for the entire fight, but even with the new armor, beetle armor, it was still pretty difficult. What? New armor? Yes, there's also new armor in this update, guys. The first armor is beetle armor. There are two types of it. One that gives you more speed and damage, and the other that gives you more defense. Pretty much, compared to the PC version, they changed the effect. It doesn't really protect you from more damage, it actually just increases minion damage for some reason. So it's not as useful as I think it should be, but it's still pretty good. If you like playing as a summoner with like Tiki or, spooky armor, pretty much the next armor could be for you if you're starting a new run. It is bee armor. So pretty much if you kill the queen bee, you could craft the bee wax into bee armor. It increases your max minions by 2, making your max 3, and also increases your minion damage and knockback. So it is a pretty okay set of armor. I wouldn't use it myself. I would wait until I got spider armor, but they don't have spider armor for some reason. It's supposed to be in the update. I'll put like a photo of it or something, but yeah, whenever I was killing the spiders in the spider den, they were not dropping the item that they should be dropping, according to PC. But it might be a glitch for me. I don't know. Update's buggy, it might get fixed. So what do you do after you get a nice good set of armor? Well, you need a good weapon to go along with it. And in this update, they add a lot of new weapons from new bosses and events. So let me go over some of them right now. So first I'll start off with the drops that Duke Fishron has. He has the Flare on the Tsunami, the Razor Blade Typhoon, the Tempest Staff, and the Bubble Gun. Let me just say, they're all really good items. The magic ones do eat mana really quickly, but if you have mana potions and a mana flower, it doesn't really matter anyways. They also added the ability to craft the Venom Staff, which is pretty much just taking a poison staff that you get from spiders and upgrading it with Chlorophyte. You're supposed to be able to make, spider staff to, summon spider minions, but 505 games kind of messed up. So it is what it is. So now that those weapons are covered, I'm going to talk about the Frost Moon, the new event that was added. So pretty much if you know what the Pumpkin Moon is, it's pretty much the same kind of thing. You craft the summon, which you need ectoplasm, you need silk, and you also need Souls of Fright. Once you craft that, you just use it at nighttime and it will start the Frost Moon. and it's pretty much the same thing, just a wave event. You kill enemies, some of them have good drops, some of them are a lot harder to kill than others, and trust me, they have a lot of health and they do a lot of damage. Sand tanks, if you even want to try to just vampire knife through the entire thing, it's not gonna work, and you will probably progress really slowly. So I recommend trying to use like Fishron weapons or really high tier weapons just to get a lot of DPS on them. If you like to AFK farm, there are methods of actually doing that. I didn't have enough time to actually build one at the moment, so it'll probably be in a future video, so stick tuned for those. So next we move on to the rails. It's pretty self-explanatory. You just take iron or lead with some wood and you get 30 rails. It's a pretty good ratio. You could use the rails for anything you want. You could use it for traveling around your world really quickly, or you could use it for making like a roller coaster or something fun if you want to. But a cool feature about it is if while you're in a minecart and it's moving at high speeds, it will actually damage enemies. So you can use this to actually like kill the Eater of Worlds and the Brain of Cthulhu when you don't even have armor. You might be like, what? But it sometimes works. Alright guys, we're at the last part of this video, which will be the mounts. So mounts are actually kind of rare, depending on which one you're getting. The easiest ones you can get are from the Queen Bee, which is the bee mount, or the Slimy Saddle, which is from the Slime King. There are other mounts, but they are somewhat harder to get. There are two that you can get from fishing. There's a truffle mount, which pretty much lets you ride a Pigron, and there's also a bunny that you can get from the angler actually if you complete angler quests by bringing in quest fish. The one other mount that I haven't mentioned yet that is a bit harder to get is the Rudolph mount. Pretty much you need to kill Ice Queens for it, and the drop chance is kind of low, but since Ice Queens are so hard to kill, I would say it's one of the more uncommon mounts. Alrighty guys, that is it for this update. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them down below. I will try my best to answer as many as possible. I'm going to try to cover some stuff I wasn't able to show in this video, like AFK farms and that, and some other videos in the future, so stay tuned for those guys. Anyways, that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it also. Anyways guys, this is Hax, and I'm out. Peace.